Hi, this is Oleksandr Zalugovskiy. Welcome to the fifth video in which I answer the questions we hear most often from you regarding our dual version solution. If you have questions that I have not yet answered in this series, or if you need more information for ones that I did answer, you can use the contact details below to get in touch with our team, and we will be happy to help. How many customers can be in a single migration batch? A migration batch can be any size. What matters is how many data modification operations per second your system, namely the database, can handle without degrading the overall performance for real-time charging of calls that are in progress. Remember, porting a single customer requires many update operations. For example, insert a new customer record, insert an account record under it, update service settings, and so on. Since a Porter utility migrates a single customer at a time, we will run multiple Porter processes in parallel to shorten the overall time of the migration. However, since a migration is usually performed during your off-peak period, and this is done in order to minimize the impact on your production services, the maximum size of the batch should be calculated or predicted based on the Porter performance in terms of the exact hardware and size of the customers you are migrating. That includes quantity of accounts, XDRs, and other entities. What happens with the vendor and its balance in Dual Version PortaSwitch? The vendor configuration is duplicated in Dual Version PortaSwitch. This means that the same vendor is active on both your source and target systems. The balance of the vendor is split between two systems. Since calls that go through the source system change the balance of the vendor there, and likewise for the target system. So during the migration it is important to remember this and to use the XDRs from both systems to reconcile your activity with your vendor. Your actual balance with your vendor will be the sum of the vendor balance from both systems. If you like, when the dual version migration is finished, our PortaOne support team can synchronize your vendor XDRs using a dedicated tool. I have custom reports, voicemails, invoice templates, music on hold files, and a bunch of other stuff. Is this going to be migrated as well, or will there be some manual work? Well, basically, all items that are created under a specific customer, for example uploaded music on hold, will be migrated to the target system automatically using the Porter utility. So this means yes for voicemails, invoice PDF files, and things like that. There are, however, some objects that reflect your business inventory and are changed quite frequently, and we have close to real-time synchronization for them. These are rates, SIM cards, and DID numbers. Now let's talk about call recording files. They are synchronized with the target system using a dedicated script that is periodically launched on your source system. Items like custom reports, invoice templates are not linked directly to the customer entity, so they are not supported by the Porter utility. However, these files are duplicated to the target system during database copying on dual version deployment stage, so you do not have to recreate them. However, if you decide to change something in your invoice template or a custom report, or if you create a new entity, you should either replicate your changes to the target system or wait until the migration is finished. This is one of the reasons why we have a mandatory pre-migration analysis as a first step of every dual version migration. During this analysis, we will help you more accurately plan the changes according to your specific needs. You can find out more about our pre-migration analysis using the link in the video description below. What will happen with the invoice numbers on both systems in dual version mode? For dual version jumps starting from MR100, the invoice number generator supports parity mode out of the box. This means that it will generate odd numbers on the source system, like 1, 3, 5, and so on, while on the target system it will generate even numbers like 2, 4, 6, and so on. I'm using Add-on Mart apps on my current production system. Will they work in the dual version mode? Yes, thanks to our pre-migration analysis. If your system is using various Add-on Mart modules, our team will identify those during the pre-migration analysis phase, and we will create additional test scenarios to validate that those modules will work properly in a dual version mode. Does the PortaOne Dispatching SBC participate in media streaming? No. The Dispatching SBC only participates in the signaling path of the call by distributing incoming call initiation requests across the systems for processing. When a call is established, the endpoints directly exchange the media stream, or it can take place through the RTP proxies of their respective PortaSwitch clusters. If your enterprise customers or carriers have firewalls configured to restrict RTP traffic to their network along with the signaling, they should add the IP addresses of the PortaSwitch servers from both your source and target systems. I hope you found these answers helpful. If you have more questions about Dual Version, please get in touch with our team using the information and links you see in the video description.